going on? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game, and I want to show you guys a quick clip of my bad boy membership program, how to sleep with women in less than an hour. Okay, so guys, I know that you're tired of talking to these girls on the phone all day, taking women out on 3 or 4 dates, going back and forth with women who are flaking on you, all this other stuff. I know you're trying to hook up with women and make stuff happen. You understand what I'm saying? So what I want you guys to do is go to badboymembership.com. Join the Bad Boy membership so you can watch this entire program. I'm going to show you a quick clip of this. All you got to do is go to badboymembership.com, watch this program. Plus, I got hundreds of other programs on there right now to step up your game. Now, this one right here, this is no tricks, no gimmicks, because I don't do that type of stuff. This is all real game that you can implement today. You understand what I'm saying? So make sure you guys go to badboymembership.com. All right, check this out. And then get back to your place within less than an hour and get shit going, right? And so the reason why I wanted to do this is because I get a lot of guys who say, you know, yeah, I want to hook up with more girls. And it's really hard for me. I'm not really getting the results I want. You know, some guys will go on dates with girls, even sometimes multiple dates, and still nothing happens, right? And so I wanted to give you guys something really simple about how to do this. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be teaching you how to do this in 5 simple steps. So what you're going to need to do is that you're going to need to make sure that you are following these steps exactly in the order that I'm saying it. And then this will make it easy for you to smash chicks in less than an hour. Now, does this guarantee when you go on this first date that if you do this, that it's going to happen? Absolutely not. Now, what I'm saying is that it is more likely it's going to happen if you follow this, what I'm about to tell you in this program, right? Now, the thing that you guys got to understand is that the reason why you want to do this in some situations is because if you're on a date with a girl and you're highly sexually attracted to her, right? And she is also highly sexually attracted to you, you want to be able to make it happen that night if you could make it happen that night. You feel what I'm saying? Because what it is you want to make sure that a woman is sexually interested in you as soon as possible, meaning that you know as soon as possible the woman is interested in you before you waste any more time on her. Meaning before you try to go on 3 or 4 dates, before you spend any time on the phone with this woman. So, I usually suggest you meet a girl off an app, or you meet a girl in person. You could set up a time for you to get together to go get a date. Yeah, go on a date and you fill out the situation, see if the sexual chemistry is there. And if it is, and if you could do it on that first date, cool, make it happen. You understand what I'm saying? Now, there are other times where, it might not be feasible to do it on that first date. Cool, then let's do it the second time we meet up, right? But this program right here is specifically about meeting the woman on the first date and then being able to smash in less than an hour. And when I say smash less than an hour, what I mean is that the date that you're having will be less than an hour before y'all leave the spot to actually go and make something happen, right? And this is real simple that I'm about to tell you because this is something that I've done over and over and over again. This is basically what I do when I, have first dates and everything like that. A lot of times I'm smashing the chick on the first date. You understand? There's times where I don't smash them on the first date because I might have something to do later. So I end up just like meeting them real quick and then, smashing the second time. Right. But generally speaking, if I'm in a situation, I will be able to bring the chick back. See, there's times where I've met up with women and within the first 10 minutes, we're out of there and then we're back to my place. You understand what I'm saying? And what happens is that happens because I follow the steps that I'm going to tell you in this program. And it's so simple. It's so simple. And I'm going to, teach you exactly how to do this. I remember there was this one time, because what I do is that I, will have a date, near my area. And then so what I'll do is I'll tell the girl to meet me at this bar near where I'm at. And then I'll bring her back to my place. Is like, 5 minutes away or less than 5 minutes away, and we'll get it cracking. So one time I met this girl at 7. We were back at my house at like 7:30, right? We was doing our thing. She was out of the house by like 8:15. And then I had another date at the same spot at 9:30. Right. So I had this date for 7 with this girl, and then I smashed and did my thing. And then I had another date at 9:30 at the same spot. So I went back to the same spot, met the second girl, and then basically did the same thing over. So I basically had had sex with these two women in that short amount of time. But again, I am the author of How to Have Sex 2 Women a Day, but that's neither here nor there. But anyway, so I'm just going to jump right into this, and I'm going to talk about, how do you do this? So how do you smash these chicks in less than an hour? Now, first thing I want to say before we get into the 5 steps is this, right? Is that in order for the 5 steps to work, you have to do something beforehand. So what does that mean? That means that before you have the first date with the woman, right? She needs to know and understand that you are flirtatious, sexual type of guy, right? So that has to come off in, the energy that you give this woman before the first date. So let's say you meet a girl on the street, right? And you talk to her, right? Your conversation should be very flirty and sexual so that when she meets you on the date, right? You're continuing the vibe of what happened before when you met her in the street. So let's say I'm in the street, I see this girl or whatever, I stop her, we talk a little bit, and within the conversation, I'm saying, listen, you looking sexy as hell. We need to get together, get this drink, see how the vibe is. And if the vibe is cool, then maybe you come by my place after the drinks and we get naked, get in the bed and have some fun, right? So I'm just use that as an example of this should be the conversation you're having before you exchange information to set up this date. Right. So what happens is that when you set the date and then the woman comes through, she is coming through on the date with that from that premise. Right. So the premise is already set, which makes it easier to pull the chick out of the spot once, you're on that date. Now, let's say you're on the online dating app. Right. And make sure you guys listen to the online dating programs that I have on the Bad Boy membership, because in those I talk about something called the fuckboy profile, or you can call it the player profile, where in your bio, it's saying something about sex, right? Now, again, I'm not going to go into too much of the detail of that. You got to go back and listen to those programs, but I talk about how to word your bio in order to make it detailed and colorful so that when she's reading it, she reads it and she sees that you're clearly talking about getting together to have sex, right? So that if she's deciding to meet you on the date, she's meeting you based on that premise. Do you see what I'm saying? So the premise of sex is most likely going to happen should be there before the date actually happens, right? So if you're coming up to a woman, in the street and you're all gentlemanly, right? And then you're trying to take her out to dinner and it seems like you're trying to court her. This is not going to work out for you, right? If you're on an online dating site and your bio talks about you're looking for your one special person and you're dating with intention and all that other nonsense, and then you go on this first date, this is not going to work out for you, what I'm about to tell you. So remember, the premise needs to be, this is a flirtatious type of situation, right? I know some of you guys, you might be in a situation where you exchange numbers with a girl and then you set up something on the phone, right? Before the date happens, and you set the date on the phone or whatever it is like that. When you're on that phone call, it should be flirtatious energy on the phone call, and then you set the date up so that when she sees you on the date, you're continuing from that flirtatious energy. So let's say you're on the phone with her and you say, listen, when I see you on Friday, like let's say you've been flirting with her a little bit and you say, listen, when I see you on Friday, we're going to continue this talk, all this talking that we do.